This is the third time I'm trying to film this, only because I can't find any place in my house that has good lighting. What's up, drummies? It's Arty here. Today I'm going to give you guys a little recap of what happened in Woodland games. Now, a little recap of how the competition went down. It was a 2-day event. We had 8 competitors compete. It was comprised of 3 stages. You had your dress inspection, and you had your elimination heats, followed by the final heat. We had 8 competitors, some of whom you probably might have heard of. We had Jason Baguio, one of the world champion drum majors, and then we also had JC Anderson and also David Cubberley. Maybe some of you guys in the drum majoring world might know them. The adjudicator was drum major Brian Wilson from Northern Ireland. Prior to this competition, I actually used to compete against Brian Wilson, so it was kind of weird to have a fellow competitor now being my drum major judge. But other than that, it was actually a really good competition. We had some great competitors, and I'm just going to share with you my thoughts of how I felt I did as a competitor and how I felt the competition went. Now, day 1 was probably, for me, every competition I go to, if it's a 2-day event, the first day is usually the hardest for me because, you know, I'm trying to get back into the competition groove, and usually I have to, you know, adjust to the competition field. You know, it's kind of weird for me. First day I did okay on the dress inspection. There was just a little things that the judge made comments of that was an easy fix. We had 8 competitors and we had 2 heats. So each heat we had 2 heats of 4 per heat. The first heat that went on, unfortunately, I don't have any video of this. They did amazing on that heat. Then when my heat went up, for some reason the wind just decided to pick up, and on my first throw I dropped the mace, which in the drum majoring world, especially in the Scottish field, if you drop your mace, you can pretty much consider yourself done at that point. So I already pretty much knew, like, yeah, there's no way I'm making it into the finals, so I just decided, you know, I'm just going to have fun now. second day, after getting back my judges' comment cards, I actually got to see like what I needed to improve on and certain things that I could possibly maybe fix for the next day. Next day I was kind of and you know, the judge kind of gave me some helpful tips because he noticed, he's seen me perform before, and he's competed against me, and you know, he said that I looked very stiff, very nervous on the field, which is kind of, it's understandable. Like I said, usually the first day takes a while for me to actually adjust to the competition mindset. I took his advice to heart. On the second day when I went, you know, I looked at my comment sheet and decided and remember what he said, and then, you know, I went on the field and decided to, you know, I just relaxed a bit. I just, you know, pretended that I was practicing and I was not really in competition, and it kind of flowed a lot better. You know, I was able to do my really high tosses and nail catches without a lot of throwing, without a lot of reaching, which, you know, is what you really want to maintain your bearing. Really want to maintain your bearing when doing throws in Scottish games. And after the heat, I felt really good about that heat. I actually ended up in the finals of the second day. The competition was a little bit different from what I was used to, because majority of the time for elimination rounds, you're probably only doing two and a half lengths for a heat. For this one, we did 3.5, I believe. For the final heat, we did 5.5. So after the competition, I ended up getting 4th place on day 2, which I'm very happy about that. Like I said, I was not really going with the intention of getting 1st place. I just really wanted to just get out there and have fun, because I haven't done this in 3 years. Like I said, for the past 3 years, every time I had the plan to go home to actually compete at this competition, something came up, and this was actually my first time back after like a 3-year hiatus. In the long run, I really enjoyed the competition. I really wish that I had more time to go to more competitions in the area, maybe possibly Utah Valley, or maybe some more Scottish games over in California, but usually with my work schedule, that is not really an option for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me any comments and suggestions you want to see, and until next time, keep marching and flourish on. I want to say I hope you guys ice cream truck.